Plugged In with the Cartel 8 is brought to you in part by Western Union. Pay to plug in another state for a flat low rate. Inflation is transitory and so is the transit rate. The KWA Green Gas Mac 10. And by Blank CDs and Sinaloa Produce and Foods. As well as Mexico. Closed captioning provided by Sam Hyde and Getting Away With It. Ladies and gentlemen, Plugged In with the Cartel 8. Fuck TikTok and the China. Fuck SEMA and the CCP. And now, our feature presentation. So apparently, I can't do Plugged In with the Cartel on the TikTok. I'm not allowed to. You know why? Do you know what its reasoning was? Because, I appealed it. I said, this is allowed on other platforms. And do you know what what the TikTok told me? That's why I didn't want to work with the Chinese, man. I don't want to work with the Chinese. I feel like Trevor Phillips in that one Mission Great That Dog. Wait till you hear this shit. Wait till you hear what they said their reason was that I could not do it over there. I'll give you a hint. It has to do with violence. The Cartel 5. None of that. I call it the Cartel. Plugged In with the Cartel, man. Do we ever be doing any violence over here, man? That's that. We don't do that in front of camera. Come on, man. Y'all know, y'all who been rocking with me over here for a minute, man. Y'all know how we do shit. Y'all know I ain't trying to go back to prisons because there's some violence I put out on the goddamn internet, YouTube, for some little clout. I'm not trying to do that unless I know it's sanctioned and there's no way I'm going to jail for it because I staged it in some type of way and made sure people knew it was cool. This is legal. This is a competition. This is a boxing match, sir. There's a ring and everything. That's the only way. If it's real violence, not sports, we ain't doing that shit in front of no cameras. Definitely not on Plugged In with the Cartel. Fuck, I look like trying to go back to fucking prison when I'm right about to fucking buy a crib, man. It's crazy. Anyway, so I'm gonna get into all this shit, man. I'm gonna explain. You're gonna hear what the actual reason was eventually, but it was some bullshit, bro. I was like, this is why. I knew there was a catch. Like, y'all is good at making everything look like it's a good deal when working with a Chinese business, till it gets to the point where you actually doing the work with the Chinese business and you realize they do you and other people extremely dirty in terms of business, but they do the customers right at this point because they realize they had to. Remember, capitalism is a new thing to them. They don't really know about this yet. Yeah, this guy Puro Wave, man, he does this shit. Literally, it's at the point where I can say he's an artist, probably not a musician. Okay, it's like what I do with the free beats and shit, where I'll just rap over the free beats, or I'll put, more so what I've been doing recently, where I'll just sample shit over people free beats. He take it a step further. He go on and take someone else's whole song they put out with the synthwave. It's always some synthwave type shit. And he'll take their whole shit and just put samples from Japanese deathmatch wrestling over it. And he calls it Puro Wave. Because Japanese wrestling is called Purorisu, for those who don't know. It's my shit, though. It makes me more, people always say shit like, oh, metal music. No, this is why I be trying to start mosh pits at EDM concerts and shit like this right here, bro. All the hippies be scared. They all be running. They be running worse than white people. And most of them is white people. They gonna let me do this.
Gentlemen, I want you to meet one of the greatest stars in the FMW roster. Hayabusa, Ultimate Natural Disaster.
When I was really into that backyard wrestling shit, I used to almost literally tell people without saying it like this. I'd be like, I'm gonna grow up and be a Hayabusa. I'm gonna be a Hayabusa one day. I'm gonna be a Sabu. But looking back on it, it's like, no, you were just grew up and became a predicate felon and entertainer. It's alright though. Still, it might be in the cards still. I was joking about yo, I got by a wrestling ring. The community trampoline almost. Let's just do that with a wrestling ring. Have a camera watching it at all times that captures everything that happens. What would happen if you just set up a wrestling ring in the middle of a public ass place and left it there? And didn't let motherfuckers know they was on hidden camera. Hey man, I told you, come as you are. And I swear that I don't have a gun. That might be an event for us. Hold on a sec. Even Hayabusa didn't get to be a Hayabusa. I did the moonsault too. That was like my finishing move in backyard wrestling. Especially knowing how like you live in the gyms when you be training for that in Japan. From what I heard, like it's different over there. Like them people is like almost like it almost sounds like some Illuminati shit where they just keep these people hidden. You're training all the time. You are always training. You are always in the gym. You don't get to leave the gym without the gym. This shit crazy, bro. Hey yo, shout Mr. Up to Skull. This shit out here for real. I don't know who to trust. Only let members in. You ain't finna spin. Show no love to me. Turn to the murder team. DOAs ain't no more burglaries. All the ops, damn near dead, done had surgeries. This shit real, bro. It's Mr. Up the Skull if you ain't heard of me. I gotta do it for that one. It's Mr. Up the Skull if you ain't heard of me. Need 4 and before he too. Bitch, I'm edgy. Who are you? Got to put it in a yoke. When them crackers blitzed the spot, we had them K's all on the floor. But I don't know why he did this next shit. Why you, like, I will get it if you had a 10-second, like, snippet of that. This is no disrespect to Wham. Why do you put a minute and some change of you doing this? Why is this like the second verse? I don't get it. It's jarring. B, it's not industry standard. I wanted to say unprofessional, but I really hate that word. So it's not industry standard. But I like this. I kept my head high with my back against the ropes. That shit real. Like, why did you put the shit like what you saying shit you didn't say on the actual track and make it sound like you recorded it just in a room with, like you didn't have nothing running directly in and you just had your phone record some shit off someone else's phone running a beat off a Bluetooth speaker and you just rapping live. You can hear the crowd and everything. You just decided this was a good time. You're like, well, he screwed me on the money anyway, so we're gonna make this record shit. And I think that's why Kodak was like, I'm gonna make you call this shit. Kodak probably reserves some level of creative control. But he don't use it unless he feel like you do some shit like that. He probably was like, nah, now you gonna call this shit before I self-destruct and put your shit like you dying on fire. Like that shit would, that album cover, bro, I will never do an album cover like that. I'm very superstitious about things you do and how you put it out to the world, especially if it's received by large numbers of the world. I think that's why, honestly, I think that the album cover behind the shit with JD Youngin and behind that one Chinx Drugs album cover, R.I.P. Chinx Drugs, R.I.P. JD Youngin, I think them shits was like a ritual. I ain't gonna hold you. Them shits was like a ritual. If you look how both them died, they just died from like regular motherfuckers in their hood. Like, what if that shit was a ritual to like put death on you? So I would never, if even anyone approached me with, so that's why like I'm so like, no, I reserve the right to refuse at least. Like for real, like that shit, I like when I seen it happen with both them, like when it was Chinx, like that was always like some like real like, oh, it's the FBI, the SWAT team is inside of the trash can. They're gonna just all pop out on us right now. Like those type of people, like were like, oh yeah, it was that. But then when I seen it happen with JD Youngin too, hey man, like I said, R.I.P. Hayabusa, man. I don't know why, bro. Whenever I hear this shit, it's like there's not a lot of wrestling music that just make you feel like you like in certain scenes of shit. But I just feel like I'm just like, it's almost like in the Pokemon movie when fucking Ash is in the rain on his bike. But it just made me feel like I'm just like staring motherfuckers down, like almost like in that one WCW game on N64 when like the intro was like Big Show is pulling up on the shit in a big rig and Sting's just there with like the bat and it just fucking like flames up and all you see is like it's like that, but if you put that in an anime and rain is coming down. This is almost like, this is probably like the closest thing to like if metal made me want to fight people. Which I mean, at a live show it does. But this is the type of shit where I could just be listening to it like this. I'm just like, ha, 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 ha. Like, I feel like I could throw shit super fast and throw it through you. Like, I don't know why. Real, I gotta get like a speed bag around this bitch or something, man. That's the thing, like, cause I had to adapt that whole shit. I couldn't just like Bob Sapp people no more. So like, when I started having to learn like how to throw either shit to like, especially on someone bigger, like I had someone that I literally threw a claw strike like this at, and when I torqued that shit into they fucking jugular, they fucking dropped. It was like I choke slammed them without lifting them, and I literally dragged them out my fucking old apartment by their hair and like that. Right as my fucking mother-in-law is pulling up with my wife to drop the fucking groceries off and drop her off. Like, I look crazy, bro. I really look like some old dog shit. And man, R.I.P. Chris Sullivan, man. He was at least trying to make something out of himself. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't just thinking he was gonna be on the boat doing heroin forever, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, gotta have goals in life. All them people want to be like, oh, why Ozzy's still alive after all them drugs, man? He was always trying to get somewhere, even when he got somewhere. People be like doctors have been like, with the amount Ric Flair has drank, for the amount of time he's drank, your liver and kidneys should have failed. He's still trying to get in the ring, even though the fucking WWE and no other logical, rational company that wants to stay alive is gonna let him. Too much of a risk at his age. Yeah, I started this video because like, you know what, they be knocking so much shit over there on the TikTok. Just straight swipe your shit. We not even gonna talk about the copyright. It's gone. You not even gonna do that. We not even gonna let you do that and give the shit to the person who get that shit out of here. They just be smacking motherfucking shit. Get that out of here. Like blocking shots on motherfuckers. Like they was Shaq just shut the game down. That shit crazy. I don't get. See, that's why. And I told you. Hey, come on, motherfucker. That's why. I was like, so I did something I would never do. I decided I'm gonna go work with the Chinese. And I knew even saying it, bro. I'm like, you gonna regret this shit, bro. This shit's. What's the catch, bro? It's not like I feel like they put the shit. It's the big orange C in Grand Theft Auto, and it's the Chinese because it's really the Chinese is just code for the catch. Because there's always a catch with them. It's not even just like they greedy or some other stereotypes about shit. No. When you deal with, and I'm not talking about Chinese people. I'm talking about the government, the Chinese government and Chinese businesses a lot of times. And I'm talking about dealing with them as a partner type shit. Like you're working with, they might be loaning you money or something type shit usually, right? They're never going to give you the money. They're going to loan it to you always, even on Christmas. It will never be a gift. On your birthday doesn't exist. Sorry. Would you like a loan though? You know what I'm saying? We'll give you the 10K. Just give us 20 back. I'm not knocking them for that. How I'm going to knock them for that? I did the same thing. For a long time, I just wasn't like doing it in the white collar like pseudo legalized sense that they was. Like for real, like they do that shit like it's not even like some mafia shit. They just literally fucking like I knew going over there that shit was gonna have some type of bullshit with it. And sure enough, yeah, it has some type of bullshit with it because I can't even put. What? How you gonna say violent organizations just because of the title? That means you can't put nothing from that whole shit Rollo did over there, right? Rollo can't do that when he come home, try to get his buzz back. Cause he's gonna come home broke. He's not gonna be balling ass Rollo like he was before he left, not immediately. Hold on a sec. I need people to like who I can buy beats from right now. So if you make beats, man, holla at your boy. We'll figure it out. You know what I'm saying? But it would be preferable if someone would almost have like a partnership. Like, not a merger. A brand partnership with the Snow White channel. Trademark. Copyright. All rights reserved. First 48 Studios Entertainment LLC. Inc. An exclusivity contract. You know what I'm saying? With percentages and points worked out on the back end. But up front, You just send it. It's plugged in with the cartel. How you think we're gonna do business? We locked in. It's like I didn't even put none of the spicy ass shit I said on that. They didn't even have none of the spiciest parts on it. And so it's like, I know they only did it because it was called The Cartel 7. I wasn't even trying to call it plugged in with the cartel over there. Plugged in with the cartel 8. We out this bitch, man.